Con, I feel you should have known about these things.
How's it going, everybody? Visceral here. Welcome back to another episode of Exo Zombies for PlayStation 4 on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. We are still with the Ascendence update. Now, I know that there's a new one that just came out for Xbox, and I think it was like... oh gosh, I can't even think of the name of it. But we should be seeing it this month, and I will be buying it the day it comes out, and I'll be uploading zombie content that exact day. So no worries, everybody. Now, the topic for this video today, I feel like, is a good one to do because I've like sort of skimmed it in some of my videos, but I've never really full out like talked about it. So the topic of this zombie session is going to be music. Now, for those of you who do not know, I am a musician. I play the drums, and well, I don't just play the drums. I'm a percussionist. And I also sing, and I also play a little piano. I'm still like dabbling into it because like I know the keys and everything because of the percussion instruments I play, like on the mallets and stuff. So that does play into the helping of that.
Reloading.
So I just want to talk about, you know, like my musical experience and like throughout like choosing my instrument and stuff like that. And just like going through it. So for those of you who do not know, at least in for most people in most school districts, you get to choose your instrument if you want to be, whether you want to be in band or orchestra, in 5th grade, which is a big deal because like you have to, it's your last year in elementary school and you think you're the coolest kid in the school because you're in 5th grade. And what drove my decision to choosing percussion, because I tried the clarinet and I tried the tuba and then I tried percussion. Now, I'd always been good with, you know, making a bunch of noises and stuff, and like tapping on desks and stuff like that, and holy cow, holy cow, holy.
Oh hell, I'm low on ammo.
Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. And hold on, just let me save my life. Okay. Now that this is a lot more calm, besides that guy, I will continue with my story.
Look alive, we got 5.
I've always been like very fidgety, and I tap on my desk and on my table and yada yada. And when it came to percussion, like choosing my instrument, I just felt that out of all the ones that I tried, because I could not, the tuba was too hard for me to do, clarinet was not fun, so I chose percussion, and I'm glad I went with percussion in the long run, because it's so much fun, just in general, just, you know, it's especially getting into high school, it's the instrument that a lot of people wish they had chosen. Now, I can't even remember my elementary school band teacher's name. I think it began with a C. But all I knew is that I wanted to be in music and I wanted to be in band, and so I did. And so I was the best percussionist out of all the percussionists. I think there was like 3 or 4 of us. I think there was actually 3 of us. I think there was 3 of us in my elementary school band that were in percussion, and I was the best one there out of all the 3 of us, and music always came natural to me, and I'm really like fortunate for that, I guess you could say. Well, I know I could say I'm very fortunate for it to have the talent for music, especially because my parents, no offense if either of you watch this video, but have like little to no musical talent at all, so it kind of just happened out of nowhere. Well, my grandma was in marching band back in Pennsylvania when she was a kid and stuff like that, so I guess that could be where it came from. Anyway, So it comes down to the end of the year, end of the school year, and it's the last concert as 5th graders, and we.
Here we
Oh
go.
man, I don't like this gun.
Treat for you.
So it's the last concert, and at the last concert of the year, there's always the middle school band teacher that's there. Now, I hadn't known who he was. I'll never forget his name though. His name is Mr. Gloaz. And also, sorry if I sound like a little nose stuffily. My allergies are just really bad. And I just finished mowing the lawn. Anywhoozin, Mr. Gloaz, and I remember I was in the like on the stage, waiting for we were waiting for parents and stuff like that. Oh gosh, we were waiting for you know, we were getting ready to start and everything like that. Well, we were getting ready for warm-ups and stuff like that, and Mr. Gloaz came up to me and sat next to me on the stage, and he was like, he asked me what instrument I played, and I said I played percussion, and he said, he was wearing this shirt, and I knew it was a musical shirt, I just didn't know what it was, and I was like, what does your shirt mean?
Need some ammo.
And even though he wasn't a percussionist, he just so happened to be wearing it was a paradiddle shirt.
Well, that's good
For those
news.
of you who don't know what a paradiddle is, it's where you alternate sticking. It goes right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. So, oh, excuse me. So, he's like, do you know what a paradiddle is? And I was like, I do not know what a paradiddle is. So he showed me how to play a paradiddle, and I'm never going to forget that, first of all, because that just made me feel so lucky, because it was a teacher who was just, he wasn't even my teacher, but he was so involved in already teaching me something I hadn't known, and I'm so grateful for that, because he really is why I'm still in music today, and why I'm so involved in music today.
Oh hell, I'm low on ammo.
So then I get to middle school, and I have Mr. Gloaz as my teacher for 6th grade. And
I need ammo. Need some ammo.
okay, I saved him. And so I saved Mr. Gloaz. And so I had Mr. Gloaz for
I can use this.
oh gosh, for middle school band.
Where'd they come from?
And we played all these cool songs that year and stuff like that. And Mr. Gloaz was such a nice teacher, and he was so like fun to be around.
Shit.
And
Need more rounds.
and in our lessons, he would always like teach me something super cool and super new that I've never known about. And then it came to 7th grade. Now, Mr. Gloaz was only the 5th and 6th grade band teacher, and I know what you guys are thinking, because I just said that Mr. Gloaz was my band teacher in 5th grade. That's because I went to a different middle school, but my middle school was also, it was a community school, so it was actually
Reload and juice up.
K through 8th grade, kindergarten through 8th grade. And so Mr. Gloaz taught the 5th grade and 6th grade bands for that school. So, there was a different teacher, and I don't think I should say her name, but she was just this awful, evil woman. And she always tried, she didn't make music fun. She made music just really aggravating and stressful, and she did not do her job as a music teacher, especially for younger kids, because she, honestly, she was the reason that a lot of people that I was friends with in band in middle school quit, and that's why our high school band, at least my freshman year, was so small. Now, excuse me while I slaughter a bunch of zombies. She almost ruined music for me as well, as much as I do not want to say. I thought about quitting band, and I just really dreaded it because of how mean she was. And also, a part of that was I tried pretending to be a person who I wasn't. I hung out with the if you saw me, I'd be doing the air quotes, the popular crowd in middle school, and they were just they just weren't.
Really?
Probably like 99% of those people were just not my true friend. They didn't support me being in music. They just thought it was so like quote unquote gay that I was in music and that I loved it so much, and they made me not want to be in it because I wanted to be like them, which should not have to, you know, should not be something that's going on, because that's just absolutely ridiculous. It shouldn't have to be like that. But she was very mean. The teacher bullied me. I had to actually go to to the principal at that school and, you know, tell him about it, because she would always pick on me and try to get me in trouble for things I wouldn't do. And she was very close to ruining music for me. I was very close to quitting going into high school, and I ended up sticking through it.
Good.
Thankfully, I ended up sticking through it. So yeah, it's just something that happened, and even going into freshman year, I was still thinking about quitting and going into my sophomore year, because I was still hanging out with that quote-unquote popular crowd, and they still make fun of me for doing music, and it stopped me from doing marching band my freshman year. It stopped me from doing marching band my freshman year because I didn't want to be made fun of by my quote-unquote friends, and so I didn't. Oh, shoot. And so I didn't do marching band my freshman year, and I almost quit going into my sophomore year. But my my band teacher in high school, Mr. Newtek, who is the nicest guy, and he's such a smart person, and such a trustworthy person. You can always talk to him. He really helped me with staying into music.
The beast goes down.
And I'm very grateful for him and for what he's done for me. I joined back in marching bands my sophomore year, and since we already paid off my fees for my freshman year, but I never went through with it, he actually let me let my parents use. We didn't have to pay for my sophomore year. He just transferred the money over from my freshman year, which was very nice of him. And I did marching band, and I loved it. I loved it, and I fell in love in marching band, as cheesy as it sounds. The girl I'm currently dating still, 2 years later, I met her in marching band I met her because of marching band. And I'm very grateful for that. And I wouldn't be, you know, in my situation if it wasn't for Mr. Newtek. I wouldn't be with the girl of my dreams if it wasn't for Mr. Newtek. And he really swayed me. And so, moving on, like continuing further with with, you know, awesome music teacher and stuff.
Double the... We get...
Sorry. I'm nearly dying. And we're actually going to cut this episode here, but we're going to continue the topic in the next episode. So like, comment, favorite if you enjoy. Leave a comment or share if you like the topic that we're talking about. I really enjoy talking about it. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.